Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Game On. This is your sports morning espresso shot. I'm your host, Will, from Game On. My wonderful co-host, Crickets from sportspicks.locals.com. We're here to bring you the latest and greatest going on in the sports world. Here's what we got on the menu today. We have Thursday Night Football to talk about tonight. Cowboys, Lions. We have some breaking news in the NBA. Giannis is on the move. We're going to talk about that. We have yesterday's in the NBA as well. It was an underdog day. Like the dogs were barking. Very impressive. We had some NFL, some tight ends get a contract extension that I was kind of scratching my head at. We had the Bills making moves off the waiver wire again. We have all that. We have the NFL trench report. I need to ask Cricket some help on my my fantasy football team because for somehow, some way, in a league that Cricket won last year, that I'm now I had taken over for him, I still have a chance, which is I didn't think I did. So we'll see,
baby. We got a chance.
We got a chance. All that and more. But first, Crick, how you doing this morning?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right this morning. Was in here looking at the card after the smoke cleared. We went 9-2 last night across the NBA, college basketball, and the NHL. So I feel pretty good this morning, man. We're gonna try to find some more winners today. But how you doing, sir?
Baby. I'm doing good. It was almost a really good day for me yesterday. I hit a couple best bets. Shout out to betterday.com and Mackenzie Rivers over there. His model projection in the NBA went 2-0 last night, and I won both those because I played those just I put him in a parlay too. I played him just straight up because it was the model projection that he has been hitting well. It was one of them was Blazers plus 11.5, and they won by more than 11.5. Like they didn't even need the points.
They won outright, and that line was moving out all day long, man. It was crazy looking. I just left that game alone, but yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, I took the points, man. But next time I see that, I should probably sprinkle a little on the money line just in case.
Absolutely, dude. I love it when I have two NBA unders, and I don't even have to sweat them, bro.
Oh yeah, I think we had the same under. Then did you have it in the
Clippers
game?
Yeah, Clippers Hawks had that one, and then had under in the Bucks Pistons.
Yeah, it could have been a really good day yesterday for me, but well, here's my 5-leg parlay. I had a $23 free play, so I said, "Screw it, let's put together a little parlay." And I got conservative with it, right?
Yeah,
I went Nuggets money line, even though they've covered the spread, so that one was a winner. Took the plus 11.5 with the Blazers. Took the under in that Hawks game. I took the Knicks money line because all they do is they're like 11-1 at home this season, right?
Okay.
So I took the Knicks money line, so that we're 4 of 5, and then the fifth one, Chicago Bulls at home facing the hopeless Nets.
Golly, they lost straight up.
I know, dude. I had to just money line. I didn't even get greedy, dude, and that's the one that ruined it for me. That's why we can't have nice things, Crick.
That's why you can't have nice things, buddy. It was a pretty good night in college basketball last night. I found a couple little plus money winners. I put a little half unit on Minnesota money line over Indiana last night. Star steps. They came through, man. Then we have Virginia money line on the road at Texas. We swept our card in basketball last night, dude.
That a baby.
We love that.
We do. We do. Good morning, Mizzy. How we doing? Good morning, C. Right. How we doing?
Good morning.
Over on Rumble, we got supporting in the house. Hawks under doing well so far this season. Yeah, that team typically is a team that last few seasons have been an over team, but they actually don't want to play with fast pace. And then you got an older team like the Clippers. The Crickets, the older team like the Clippers. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could play as well as the Clippers are out in the court right now, but they don't want to run right now either because they're an older team.
Yeah, they're older. I think the Hawks, though, be careful when they get Trae Young back here in a few weeks. That might flip around on those totals, so just be careful with that.
Oh, I didn't even think of this angle, but I was already on the Jets this weekend. Sporting says Jets money line this weekend. Tua can't throw in cold weather. That's a good angle.
He can. He's something like he's got some crazy, terrible record in like below 40 degrees or something.
I was just on the Jets because I was just betting against Tua. You know, I didn't even need cold weather or anything like that.
Absolutely. We'll bet against him even more with the cold weather.
That's right. Good morning, Grass Guy. How we doing?
Good morning.
There's so much news that's out there. We got Giannis trade. We've got Thursday Night Football. We got all this crazy stuff. But Crick, we have to start with the biggest news from yesterday.
Lay it on me, man.
Well, if I can get the right thing pulled up. Some people were counting this guy out. They said he's washed. He's done. But Deshaun Watson is back, Crick.
No, fuck. This guy, dude.
Cleveland designates Deshaun Watson to return from the PUP list. They got 21 days to activate him to the 53-man roster.
I mean, you paid him.
That's what you have to play this guy, even though you probably want to if you are going to stick with one of these rookies, you probably want to give him more reps, but you also have a lot of money invested in this guy. And
damn near, you got over almost $250,000 invested in this guy, dude.
$250 million.
No, $250 million, excuse me. Yeah, $250 million with a B. $250 million in this guy. Come on, bro. What are we doing? You got to play.
I mean, if anything, I just out of spite throw him out there just to let him get beat up and say screw you.
I just go out there and let him get his lips ripped off.
Yeah.
That's what he would deserve.
Sports is going to be 36 degrees there, huh? 0-8 below 45, 0-5 below 40. And it's going to be 36 degrees out there. Uh-oh.
Disgusting. Whoa.
Man,
I love these pleasant surprises, man.
Yeah. Oh, then he leaves.
Then he's gone, man. Just like that.
He's too good for us.
He is.
We have a special guest, a surprise guest backstage.
If he get his shit,
he'll join us at some point. What up, David? How we doing?
Good morning, Dog Spa.
Yeah, I saw this yesterday. I had to go.
Breaking news. Well,
some other news that we have. The Thanksgiving game between the Chiefs and the Cowboys broke all sorts of records. 57 million people tuned in.
That's crazy.
That's almost as much as we get on these shows every day.
Almost.
Right, Steps?
That's right.
Good morning.
How you doing, sir?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you guys doing this morning?
All right, man. Chugging along. I found some winners.
We're here. We're live. We're having a silly goose time. Other news. Red Zone's adding more ads. Hate them.
Oh, God. We ain't got enough ads already?
Well, they started like week 1. They initially had like 4 15-second ads, and now they're going to have up to 16 of them now.
Ass hats. They always sneaking them in there.
I know. This is interesting. Darius Slay got claimed by the Bills off waivers. The Bills need all the help in the world they can get, so they said, you know what?
Take all these bits. Yeah.
Fuck it. We'll take this head case.
Absolutely. Football players need to be a little bit crazy.
Yeah, like fuck it. They only have to pay him $300,000 this year, so they're like,
hell yeah, that's the great value brand price. Let's go.
You know how much the Steelers have paid him this year?
How much?
$9.5 million. They cut him.
Hey, let me ask you this: at what point do we start thinking it's time for Mike Tomlin to get on out the door?
We don't.
We don't at all. We don't even talk about it.
Nope.
Okay.
It's the Steelers don't do that. He'll leave when he wants to leave.
If I was Mike Tomlin, I might be thinking about that damn Penn State job.
He said they don't have enough money to afford him.
How can a place like that not have enough money?
I mean, have you seen their recruiting class and stuff like that? And they're still paying their other coach.
They've got like 2 recruits.
Yeah, they got a little
yesterday.
They got because all of them jumped ship and went to Virginia Tech with him. But I don't know. I feel like a place like Penn State, you could funnel some money together from the boosters to figure that out if you really wanted that guy. I mean, I don't know who else you're going to get.
But why would Mike Tomlin want to go to Penn State?
Why not? Why not? I mean, the NFL kind of like you ain't really winning shit in the NFL. Yeah, you're finishing one game over 500 and making the playoffs, getting the shit kicked out of you in the first round every year, but that's got to go.
You got to go recruit, do all this shit. I mean, I think Tomlin's happy where he's at.
I mean, yeah, he's happy.
He's going to shut everyone up this weekend for a little bit when they beat the Ravens
I'm not saying Mike Tomlin ain't a Hall of Fame coach and all of those things. I love Mike Tomlin. I just wonder what point are we like, okay, this ain't really working anymore?
Well, in his defense, no quarterback.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Since Big Ben got injured, they haven't had a competent quarterback. Even when Big Ben came back, he was not the same guy. They haven't had a competent quarterback. I mean, it's impressive he had a winning record when he had Justin Fields and Russell Wilson.
And he's also his own worst enemy because he keeps finishing over 500 by one game, and he winds up getting like the 15 pick in every draft.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I mean, if that's cool, if you want to make the playoffs, like the first round and get beat by 2 or 3 touchdowns, that's fine. If that's what you're looking to do every year. But that's all that man's doing.
Yeah, well.
And they added, who'd they add here? Who is this? Darius Slay? Good job. No, they added from them, right? The Bills added Darius Slay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they cut Darius Slay.
Gotcha.
Grass guy says Tomlin's on his way out. Listen, everyone's speculating that. That's just not what the Steelers do. They've had 3 coaches since the 60s, dude.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
I agree with you that NFL coaches aren't going to make a jump to college unless they're fired. You know, like that life of going into, you know, teenagers' living rooms and traveling the country, getting on planes and
what
dealing with NIL now.
What if they're paying you $5 million more a year to do it?
Tomlin's at the point in his career, though, where he's made so much money that I think instead of dealing with that headache, he'd rather just retire.
That's fair.
Or sit out for a couple of years. Do the Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, he'd get another shot at NFL if he wanted it.
He would get hired tomorrow.
Yeah, you're probably
today.
Right.
Like the dude.
I wouldn't be surprised if he took like a GM job. You know, just kind of a
maybe that go kind of like Bruce Arians did down Tampa Bay. Go to the front office.
Yeah, you know,
there's 3 coaches this year that are rumored to be wanting out of their situations that shock me. LaFleur, Shanahan, and Tomlin. I'm not saying wanting out, but like rumors, some of them are wanting out, some teams wanting to move on. It's just the fact that those 3 guys are even up for debate. Like,
dude, that
what are we doing here?
NFL means not for long, man.
Dude,
well, who are you going to get better?
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But that's just
San Francisco would be foolish to move on from.
100% they would be.
Green Bay would be foolish too.
The Packers would be foolish to move on from LaFleur.
But that is a good question you just brought up, 2 steps. Who do you think would be a good fit to coach Steelers? There isn't anyone. That's the other thing. Who are they going to go get?
Yeah. That's
honestly, who's going to come in?
Careful what you wish for. If you run off a guy that's never finished below 500 and all that stuff, but I just feel like the ceiling isn't very high for that team.
And I feel like if the Steelers were going to make that move, they would definitely have to know who they're bringing in because they don't fire coaches. They don't do this whole like the next guy is likely to be there for 15 plus years.
Yeah, they're not idiots, man. That's for sure.
Grass ain't always greener. You think Penn State, if they had the chance, they would not have fired Franklin, or just would have rehired Franklin? Right now, I think it was a little bit of an overreaction by them. I understand why they did it, but they're looking like
they look like asshats right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all the people they banked on didn't come through, and then the guys that they could have fallen back on all got hired elsewhere.
Grass guy says the game may have passed him by. I mean, we can say that because they haven't won anything, but the fact that he can still get his team to above 500 every season shows that he still is a good coach.
Especially with some of the rosters he's had.
Yeah.
I mean, he had to get over one of those 500 seasons with like Mason Rudolph for the majority of the time.
And it's not like his division's been super easy the last decade.
No, it's not an easy division. Even when those teams are bad, they're still tough division opponents.
Yeah. This shocked me yesterday. Speaking of that division, Ravens tight end Mark Andrews agrees to a 3-year, $39.3 million extension. I don't know why, but I felt like Mark Andrews was old, and I was shocked to see that he got 3 more years.
How old is he?
If I had to guess, I would go.
I'd say like 29.
I would say that. Like him and Baker went to school together.
He's 30, so 30. I guess he's not too old.
Not too old, but still, I mean, after that 3-year extension, you got to be real careful extending that guy out any farther, especially at tight end. You see how much Kelsey's kind of fallen off.
I've heard.
Yeah,
some,
and
like, crazy
I
stories.
know that he's been banged up a little bit this season, but I just felt like his I don't know, I haven't seen his stats, but I feel like his performance this year have been what we thought of Mark Andrews would be. You know, it's been a little bit, but the whole team, I guess you could say, has been
That's
kind
kind of too
of
with
disappointed.
Lamar being out. I mean, Lamar has always been kind of Lamar's favorite target and stuff. So when you bring another quarterback in there, they tend to not target him much. I don't know why. You guys pretty good in that offense.
Yeah, he is, and this confirms that Isaiah likely is going to hit the free agent market because he is a free agent this next season. Since they decided to tie up Mark Andrews, it looks like they're going to let him go test free agency.
Somebody is going to get them a good tight end with that guy, dude. I'm telling you. If you use that guy right, he can play.
That's true. Could be a locker room guy, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
$13 million a year for a tight end, though. That's
hell, that's about as much you pay your running backs.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, good for him. Got paid. Gonna eat good tonight.
Yeah. Mark Andrews, touchdown this weekend. We got to bet it.
That's a thing, dude. The damn contract extension boost, that's a thing.
Oh, 100%.
When they get that, bet them.
Plus, they're playing the Steelers. You know, that's like their rival.
We got to remember that. I need to write that
First
down.
touchdown.
Mark
First
Andrews. Lock it in.
2 touchdowns.
2+. Absolutely.
All of them.
All the touchdowns.
Especially if he hasn't scored in like probably 2 weeks. When did he score last week? I don't think he scored last week.
Who'd they play last week? Bengals. No, I don't think he did. Either way, I'm betting him over again.
Oh, I remember he didn't score, and we thought that he was going to have like a big game because the Bengals sucked against tight end. And I told Will was like bet likely, and I was like, I don't know, he's hurt, and then likely had like a 50-yard catch.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
Oh, that was Thanksgiving. Most tight end receiving yards. Likely actually had the most tight end receiving yards, and Andrews.
I likely should have had a touchdown, and then he.
I know.
Oh, you could have got him for most tight end receiving yards, probably 10-1 or better.
All the reports were like he can't run, he's hurt, his legs hurt, and then he comes out and
just long striding it, man.
Crick, you won this league last year. I took over.
Okay.
I've been having a shit season. I'm sitting here at 6
Here
and
we
7.
go.
So I assumed. Hey, I already warned you guys. You weren't here yet, Steps. I just said I have.
Here we go.
I'm sitting at 6 and 7. 6-7.
6-7.
And I figured I don't have a chance. And I just won last week. So I was like, okay, this is what made me, since I won last week, I was looking to see. I'm only 2 games back and 1 game back of being in the money.
Yeah, dude, I was sort of say this is the one where you go all 18 weeks. You don't have playoffs.
Yeah, no playoffs, no nothing. And guess what? The guy I'm playing is, I believe he's 7 and 6. Well, let me see. Yeah, 7 and 6. But look at his team. He has a really good team. But let me know if. Okay, so this is who he has to start this week: Lamar,
who's he got on the bench?
Montgomery, ETN, Nico, DK, who I think he just picked up DK this week. And he had to just pick up Kyle Pitts. You want to know why?
You said he's got a good team. I was like, well, where are
George Pickens, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Drake May, Wan'Dale Robinson, all on a bye.
Bye. But it was an NC down there, man.
This is totally against the rules. I'm going to stop this right now. We can talk about your contest, but we are not going to talk about your fantasy football team.
This is the first time all season I brought it up. So
it's crazy. This is like against the rules of everything.
I know, but I just want to get you guys' opinion on something. So this is who he had to start these guys, which isn't bad in this league. I mean, it's
that league's pretty wide open. You don't get many players, and you always have a lot of good players available on the waiver wire.
I need your help with who to start. Do I start Jared Goff tonight, or do I go with I picked up Joe Burrow?
I'm starting. I have Patrick Mahomes in both my leagues. I'm starting Jared Goff in one of them this week, and I'm starting Joe Burrow in the other one. So really, I think it's pick your poison. I think Jared Goff probably is the better option because I think they're going to score a ton of points in that tonight, indoors, and all that stuff. And against that Cowboys defense, I think that's probably the play.
But he only has one guy to throw to, and we only know that guy's so hot and cold.
I mean, there's a few other guys on that team.
He's got no Laporta, no Sun God.
He's still got a Jameer Gibbs that he can throw to out of the backfield and stuff, though.
Yeah, but he could also just hand off to his 2 running backs all game.
Might get that Jared Goff rushing touchdown tonight.
That's gross.
Ain't it, though? Ain't it
Grass
gross?
says start Burrow. I'm kind of thinking Burrow.
I just worry about what's the weather going to be like up there. It's probably cold as shit. It's going to
Oh
be.
man, I love Joe. Oh, the reason why I was looking at Burrows because I was waiting to see if T. Higgins was coming back. He practiced yesterday, so it
I'll
looks like
say
T.
this: I don't think either one's a bad option. I've got them both playing for me this week in 2 different leagues, and I benched Patrick Mahomes for both of them. So
Yeah, especially since he's got so many guys sitting out. The real question I have is the decision I made. Denver and the Raiders are playing each other. I have Ashton Genty. I swapped out Ashton Genty for RJ Harvey. Do you think that's a smart move?
no, I don't. I think Genty gets too much volume. He could wind
Against
up.
Denver. He didn't have many yards last time they played. Remember that disgusting 10-7 game? He didn't have many yards. He did get a touchdown, though, but he really – I don't know. I just feel like I'd rather have Harvey run against that Raiders line.
I just don't feel like they give that guy enough volume yet.
Yeah, you're right.
RJ
No,
Harvey. I
I
expect some big things out of him, but for whatever reason, the running back, you look at Javonte Williams, that was up there for a couple of years. They didn't use him right either. And now he's gone down to Dallas and had a great breakout season and all that stuff. He's actually getting the ball. So I just don't know if he's going to get the volume there. I mean, that's kind of a gamble either way, but I don't know. Ashton Genty's almost one of those must-start guys.
Well, my other problem is I'm running 2 tight ends because I have Trey McBride and Brock Bowers.
No, I mean, I do that too in the Dynasty League. I got Tyler Warren and Brock Bowers, and I run 2 tight ends every week too.
But if I'm running Bowers, I don't really want to run Genty.
Yeah, and that's probably a better option. I don't hate that at all right there.
Because if anyone's going to score, I'd rather put my money on Bowers than Genty.
Because I will say this, I don't think there's going to be a lot of points in that game, so there's only going to be so many fantasy points to go around.
How do you feel about Ibuka this weekend? Good?
Say it again.
Ibuka?
Oh, yeah. Hey, that dude's a must-start at this point.
I would start Jordan Addison over Xavier Worthy, but no one can get the ball to their wide receivers on Minnesota. So that's
I started to say you can't bet on any of that. You can't even put Justin Jefferson in the lineup right now with who they got throwing the ball.
Even DJ Moore on Chicago is always a hit or miss. So
dude, I know, and I think he might have missed the boat on him. He had a big game a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Worthy with the upside that the Chiefs do some trickery shit and try to get the ball out quick.
He's about due to catch a 60-yarder too.
That, or they might do like one of those jet sweeps and with him.
Breaks it for 50. Yeah, he's due one of those, dude.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I want to talk about. I want to make sure I was doing the right thing here.
Yeah, I don't hate what you did there, man. Because like I said, I think you got to play Brock Bowers. And you
have to play Trey McBride. You cannot not play those guys.
No, you can't not play those guys. I mean, you have to start those guys.
I mean, the dude I'm playing, his Kittle's on a bye, so he had to pick up tight end. He had to go grab Kyle Pitts, which will probably be the week Kyle Pitts just scores $1 million.
Fuck that guy. Cannot trust Kyle Pitts.
Let's get to some other news. I know you guys just love fantasy football talk, but we do have to move on to other news.
I love fantasy football.
I do too. Giannis and his agent have started having conversations with the Bucks about his future, and it looks like he's going to be out. Now, the reports were Brian Windhorst was telling everyone he decided to come out and now talk about it. But in the summer, he had asked the Bucks for a trade behind closed doors. They wanted to start the season with him and see how things went. They started off pretty decent. Now they've lost like 8 of their last 9 games. He's done there. They won last night despite Giannis. Now listen, Giannis, 3 minutes into the game, non-contact injury, acting like he did something to his calf. Yeah.
I felt a lot better about my under bet when he went out 3 minutes into the game.
Yeah. And I guarantee you that is not a serious injury. That was planned because he's trying to show the organization he doesn't want. I'm telling you, he doesn't want to be there. He wants to be traded. And that injury last night was not a serious injury. It was just something
feels like a Trey Hendrickson injury.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin Durant did the same thing a couple of years ago,
Yeah. Who's going to argue with you if you say I strained my calf?
Oh, yeah. Especially with how sensitive people are with Achilles and shit like that right now.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's all you got to say, man. And what up? Who are they talking
to? 57% of the money line is going to Dallas tonight in Detroit. I know. We're going to get to that game. I'm nervous because I like the Cowboys, but so does the public. We'll get to that.
I'm taking the lines.
He wants to be a Knick. He deleted all his social media of him and the Bucks. He wants to be a Knick. The Knicks could pull off the trade. But I'm going to tell you this right now in the betting market. The best bet you can make over on Kalshi is bet no that he stays or retires with Milwaukee by the trade deadline this year. It's not going to happen right away, but before Christmas, Giannis is going to be gone.
Why would you ever want to be a Knick?
I don't know. He wants to go to New York.
Careful what you wish for, big dog.
But I'm going to tell you this right now. If you want a long shot, that's actually not a long shot. San Antonio has all the pieces. They have all the capital to trade for
send him down there.
Remember, Milwaukee doesn't have any of their draft picks for the next 4 seasons. They need to get, and San Antonio actually has one of their first round picks, Milwaukee's own first round pick that they can get back.
Trying to trade get back picks. Okay.
Yeah, get back picks, get a bunch. San Antonio not only can give you a couple young guys or a couple decent players because they're so deep, they can also give you really good draft picks. Because they not only have their own draft picks, they have a bunch of other people's draft picks. They are loaded up. They're kind of like the Thunder.
How do you beat a team with De'Aaron Fox, Wembanyama, and Giannis on it?
That's what I'm saying. San Antonio was in the mix this summer when there was rumors about whether they wanted to go for Giannis wanted to be traded or not. San Antonio can pull the trigger on this. I'm not saying that they're for sure going to, but if they want to, they can outbid New York. Because
they got more capital.
The Bucks need a future. They need some young players now, and they need some draft picks. You can only get that from San Antonio.
You're good at these weird angles. So you think that's a good buy right there? What is it at 18 cents?
Yeah, you could put a bid in at 15 cents or something like that too. You'll probably get it filled. But yeah,
people will fill those.
Yeah. I'm saying even if you did the 18 and 19, when you're getting +4 over 4-1 odds on this guy, I think it's going to happen. I'm probably going to pull the trigger and put a bid in here later today on San Antonio.
I don't hate that. Now that you lay it out like that, you're pretty good at these little angles like that and all the capital with the draft.
Think about it. If you're the Spurs, you're happy with where you're at. You're way ahead of schedule. But if you get a Giannis, you don't have to worry about if Wemby gets injured for it needs to take some time off.
Either one,
Fox, and then also, how are you going to compete with the Thunder? You're going to need a Giannis, a Wemby, a De'Aaron Fox, plus you got your young guys and Harper and all of them out there.
Somebody gonna have to make a big move to compete with the Thunder, man. We talk about all the draft picks they still got coming in. They still already the champs, till they ain't 21-1 or 22-1, whatever the hell it is.
Yep. Yep. What up, J-Man? Yeah, I think if you're looking for a long shot, if you're looking for a real long shot, Atlanta has been in the mix as well. But like I said, no team in the league can offer what San Antonio can offer. They can make a Godfather offer. San Antonio can make a Godfather offer and still have a ton of pieces left and a deep team. They've been doing really well at
build it the right way.
Assets. Yeah,
Atlanta's going to offer Trae Young and Porzingis and first round next year, and then 3 future first round picks.
Yeah, and the only reason why the Bucks would do that is because they could be like, well, Trae Young's I think he's only got 2 years left on his deal, and also so he's kind of an expiring, and they'd be like, well, at least he's exciting, and we can put on a show for the fans, because he just.
Oh yeah, he can score.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's hurt, right?
Yeah, he's hurt right now. Yeah, but he's going to come back here.
He should be getting close.
Yeah, but guess what? The Hawks are playing better without him. So,
which is why they would want to trade him.
He's a defensive liability, dude. Like, I don't think he'll ever be on a championship team because he doesn't play. He can't play defense, and he's too small.
Agreed, sir. Good morning, No Skin and Blue.
How are you doing?
Jalen Johnson's.
He didn't play last
superstar. I'm not sure.
I took him. I had a little same game parlay boost. I wound up taking him for 2+3s, and they got voided out. So I figured he didn't play.
So let me know if any of you guys end up betting into this market. I think I'm going to get in on San Antonio today. I have a Penn State is eyeing a coach. Finally, we had some breaking news on that, and I like this pick. This is a guy He's a championship coach. He's dealt with a lot of controversy. He can handle a lot of shit. Marty Daniels.
What?
Marty Daniels. This guy has won multiple championships. He's dealt with a lot of controversy. He knows how to cover up scandals with his players. Marty Daniels is a really good football coach. And he might sleep with your wife.
Oh, that's Blue Mountain State, ain't it? I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
I've never seen an episode of it.
Dude,
it's
listen,
pretty funny.
you need to watch that show, dude. It's so funny.
I'm telling you, that shit's pretty funny, dude.
That came out when I was in college. It was the best thing ever.
That's hard to say. It's been out for a minute, but that is pretty good stuff. I thought I recognized that guy.
I can't believe you were like taking this serious. I was like, oh God, I got to keep this going.
David said, when I first read, I thought, it's not April Fool's Day. Let's go.
Jimmy says, Utah -4.5. Brooklyn has only covered 4.5 two times on the second leg of a back-to-back in the last 12.
And they won straight up last night. Yeah, we got to hammer that.
Yeah, we know that. They ruined my parlay. The freaking Bulls. All you got to do is beat the fucking Nets, dude.
Just the Nets, bro. Steps. How's college basketball going for you, man?
Great. It's going great.
I like it. Dude, I found couple of good plus money winners. Sorry, but I took Minnesota over your Hoosiers last night. I kept watching that line go down. I was like, that feels like a weird spot early on. Big Ten play on the road right there. Then I had Virginia on the money line at Texas too, bro.
The Indiana doesn't play, like, historically just doesn't play well at Minnesota. I don't know if it's just like the ambience of that stadium and the darkness, the raised court level. Like, there's just some weird things for some weird teams and some weird places in conference and stuff like that.
I believe that the biggest home court advantage in sports is in college basketball.
Yeah, for sure. Especially even little small schools like what's the school that Buku loves?
Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
The Lopes,
GCUs.
baby.
Yeah, there's just somewhere it's just in certain spots you just automatically bet them. I've got I've been utilizing Bet Labs a lot for a lot of the college basketball systems where you can just kind of basically Bet Labs allows you to build your own systems. And there's a stadium under system that they have built that I've been following for. It's like 72%. And it is basically, it takes into factors of just like certain things like you're talking about with home court advantage, like statistics where road teams come in and just can't score. They don't hit shots even if they're coming off big. It's just there's certain stadiums, and man, these things are dropping. They're hitting. So follow me on Action because I'll post. I usually tag all my plays on Action as far as if it's a system or something that like yesterday I tagged you, even though you don't post plays on Action. I tagged Crick's picks because I tailed your Buffalo Sabres pick.
Oh man, that one. They went up 1-0, and then they gave up 3 goals in a minute.
Yeah, I know. I saw that and I was like, damn.
Well, that line was like it flipped through 0. And yesterday morning on the show we were looking at it was -110 both ways. I was like, this line's going to move out some more. There's something going on here, something funny, and it moved all the way out to minus. I got it at -125. It wound up going to -130. And like I said, they go up 1-0, and then literally in 1 minute they scored. The Flyers scored 3 goals, and the Sabres just could never get back into it after that.
On the flip side, I did take Utah. They won 7-0.
That was a good one, man. We could have took all puck lines and everything on that damn thing. Yeah, I went 1-2 in hockey last night, but swept my basketball card between the NBA and college.
I just been playing under, so you know me. I might be the under king. I might be. It's boring. Everybody loves overs. Nobody likes betting unders, but
we just got to start looking at these spots. Anytime you have, like, you see some of these in the 160s and stuff, the high 160s, call me or text me or something. Let me look at Ken Palm and whatnot, because that's what I wound up doing yesterday with Louisville and Arkansas, and I auto bet Alabama overs. But
pace of play.
Louisville and Arkansas, yeah, looking at that pace of play and seeing the clip they were shooting from free throws and 3-point stuff like that, I was like, these games are going over, man. Those were easy peasy.
Nothing. Marty Daniels is going to be the next head coach at Penn State. That's what you missed.
And Will's fantasy team.
Trying to get a ship.
We haven't talked about much NBA, but I wanted to talk about yesterday because from a betting perspective, it was the dogs were barking. Like I said earlier, shout out to betterday.com and Mackenzie Rivers system play. The Blazers were 12-point dogs and they won outright by 12.
I know that line moved out all day yesterday. It went up from, I think the last I saw it was 11.5, and it was at like 9.5 yesterday morning.
Morning, Jamie. Yeah, they won. Nuggets won against the Pacers on the road. I knew the Nuggets were going to win this game and likely cover because they lost their last game at home against the.
Jamal Murray had 50 points last night.
Yeah, he had 52. King of the court.
That wasn't yesterday, was it?
I don't know. I just like to say that.
He would have. No, he would. I remember that because last year we talked about King of the Court, and he was the guy that won it on that day when we showed it. And it's like you would have got a fat free bet.
Yeah, he did. So they covered the Spurs as it's an 8-point dog win outright on the road. They're about to the first leg of a massive road trip they're going on.
I'm about to start betting these teams the other way when these lines move out. That one moved out all day yesterday too. I'm about to start betting the other way on money line.
It was just it was a bad travel spot for them, but I think they're so young that you just kind of look past that.
Yeah, they're maybe just better.
Yeah, I mean, Spurs are good, and they're about to get Giannis. Clippers, Hawks, Clippers. Were they dogs? Yeah, the Clippers were dogs in this one. They won outright, and the under came through.
Yeah, I think they were getting 3.5 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, under came through easy, man. We didn't even sweat that damn thing.
The Knicks are 11-1 at home, so I just bet them on the money line, although they cover the spread as well.
Fuck the Hornets.
Karl Anthony Towns, who's going to probably get traded if they do make that Giannis trade.
That guy's got to go if they're going to make that Giannis trade.
Yeah, 35 points, 18 rebounds. He's trying to show, hey, I still got it.
I can still play a little bit. Yeah.
Jalen Johnson sat out last minute for the Atlanta. Okay.
That's what it was last night because I had him 2+3. He probably about to get traded then. That might be where he's going.
You know what? This is showing me that I think there is a system over the last few years. I got to go look it back up. But like, if you're looking for an underdog to bet in the NBA, if you're between the 6 and 10-point dog, that's usually where you win outright. If you're looking at, I'm not saying every single time, but
right.
But that like an 8-point, because look at the Nets were 8-point dogs yesterday too, and they went outright by 10. They ruined my parlay. Fucking Bulls. What are you doing?
Be careful laying 6 to 10 points in the NBA.
I did bet the Rockets because Mackenzie Rivers system or model projection said bet the Rockets. You were laying 15.5.
It kept moving out.
Well, listen. I go, well, listen, if you're laying 15.5 and the market's not budging on it, there's probably a reason for it, and it's the Kings. They're bad.
Yep. They are terrible. That's a terrible basketball team. Denver got beat by 30.
Yeah, J-May knows he loves 5.5-point NBA and college basketball dogs.
Okay, fair enough.
Imagine Cat and Giannis on the same team. I don't know if they can make
that's
that.
Fair. I was thinking about college basketball. Hell, Minnesota was a +8.5 dog last night. They won outright.
That's what I'm saying. The Bucks. I stayed away from this game. This game was so fishy. Bucks Pistons. I think the Bucks were a slight dog, and then Giannis goes out and they still win. That's fishy.
Yeah. Under got there.
And then I think the Mavericks. This one shocked me because the Mavericks were only like a 4.5-point dog, and I'm like, the Heat should be playing more than. But I didn't check to see who was. I didn't check to see who was starting, sitting, whatnot. I just said, that's fishy. I'm staying away. And the Mavericks,
right. Especially those late ass games, man. You got to check in an hour before to make sure they hadn't Jalen Johnson yet or something.
Yeah. So, good day in the NBA for dogs. If you had it, wish I would have known. Which means probably bet all the favorites today. It's usually how the NBA works.
No shit. That's the truth.
All right, we got the trench reports out.
Oh goody.
The old trench report. If you haven't already, you guys should go check out Better Day. They got some good stuff up there. I saw who was it? It was let me pull up my notifications. It was Cameron. He asked us a question yesterday. I don't know if you saw this, Crick. About NHL picks, and the Sharks had all like a majority of the money coming on them, yet the books were still moving them out. Like they were plus 130, and they were like plus 132, 135.
Oh, I didn't see him move it out. I saw him move it down to plus 130. That's when I bet him.
Did the Sharks win?
No, they're all 7-1.
That's what I was saying. So he was like, "What am I reading this right?" Like You've got 70% of the money. Like everyone's betting San Jose, yet the odds keep moving. What was it? I mean, they were plus 130 at the open, and then they were moving out plus 132, and it kept creeping out further.
That's a bad sign.
Yeah, I go, yeah, that's the books. When the books are comfortable taking a bunch of money on a team and then giving you better odds, they probably know something.
That's reverse line movement.
But what caught my eye on this, not only because he tagged us and asked us a question, but look at him. He's using pregame.com.
Let's go, baby.
Free resource to read the lines out there. So we use a lot of action, but I also personally use a lot of pregame because they give you all what action the books in Vegas, just the casinos in Vegas, are taking. So
love that.
Yeah. So shout out to Cameron there.
Yeah, shout out to Cameron, man. I've seen him tagging us some stuff and then different things over there. Shout out to Cameron for sure.
Yeah, but if you aren't, I mean, betterday.com is a good resource. A lot of their stuff is free. They do have paid tiers now. You can get their stuff for a lot of their stuff for free, but you get a free week to try out their paid tiers. Get access to their picks in the Telegram. You can also get them on here, but they'll get sent directly to your Telegram chat if you're on the go. Since they've started this, they're 53, 30, and 3 on their picks. Over 88 picks so far, so that's pretty good.
Pretty strong. Yeah,
both the NBA plays hit last night. Scott's pretty good at if you like hockey, he's pretty good at these hockey picks. I don't know about his NCAA picks. Or that's for today, right? That's for this weekend. Look at that. You guys,
who's he got?
BYU team total under 17.5. And
I love both of those picks because I'm betting the other way, laying the points with the other teams. Let's go, baby.
So am I. Ohio State and Texas Tech.
I'm hammering Ohio State and Texas Tech steps. I'm hammering them.
I made a mistake, though, because I got Ohio State at minus 5.5, and I got Texas Tech at minus 13.5.
Don't even worry about it.
I kind of want to put my conspiracy theory hat on and take BYU money line, even though I think Tech will blow them out. Because I think
if BYU wins that game, the conspiracies are in full effect because there was nothing that you saw a month ago when they played down there in Lubbock. There was nothing they couldn't even get across the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
So if they win this game, you'll know it's fixed.
As a Notre Dame fan, I will open the door and I will let BYU walk right into the playoffs, and I'll go over and just take a seat.
You will have to.
But the reason why I think that that's a possibility is because money. Because the Big 12 would get an extra team into the playoff, which means more money.
You don't think Notre Dame's got more connections than the Big 12? They're right there beside God, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about for their conference.
Maybe. I understand that, but I'm saying, I don't think the conspiracy theorists for Notre Dame will let that happen because if BYU wins, they're going to be out.
No, I'm not saying for what the NCAA would want. I'm saying what the Big 12 would want because you get a second team in.
Oh, the Big 12 wants that. Yeah, 100%.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody has the NIL fund.
I'm looking at the Big 12 commissioner going to the head coach of Texas Tech saying, hey, listen.
Hey, you're already in, bro. You're already in.
Listen, you really don't want a first-round bye. Look what happened last year. You want to play a warm-up game, right?
Yeah.
And listen, do you want to play against Notre Dame or do you want to play against BYU, who you can throttle around? You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah.
You let BYU in, maybe they screw around and win another game, and then you see them in the quarters, and you're going to walk right into the semi.
Mouth, and then just beat them by 4 touchdowns. Then we'll know it's all rigged.
I'm just saying, it wouldn't shock me because of how much money is involved for making the playoffs.
I agree with you there. Hey man, Cameron is King Sandwich, man.
What up, King Sandwich? Cameron?
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Craig, the playoffs, they don't want to see Notre Dame at 10. They don't.
I'm telling you, nobody won't play Notre Dame right now. I promise you.
I can't wait to bet against them. I'm going
to
go
against them, and the book thanks you for your donation.
I'm going to go 2 fists, hammer it down.
They're going to get lined up against Oklahoma, and you're going to fall in love with John Mateer.
Oh, I hope they do.
Notre Dame's going to eat them alive.
What people don't realize.
I've seen what Notre Dame does against top 10 opponents. It ain't good.
Listen, what you don't realize about Notre Dame is the perception, I get it, is that Notre Dame can't win big games. And I'm telling you, they've turned the page on that since last year's playoff run. That team is not fazed by what they used to be fazed by. They don't buckle under pressure. early in the year, yes, they had 2 losses.
Y'all,
We know
everybody acts like
like-
those 2 losses steps. Everybody acts like y'all just got whipped in them damn games or something.
the Texas A&M one was
It was a fluke with your dumbass
guy, the holder
hold
just
the snap.
dropped a perfect snap. It just he just
And then down at Miami, first game of the season, all that stuff. People act like y'all just got beat by 3 touchdowns. I mean, you got 2 losses by combined 4 points. You've won 10 in a row. That is one of the top 12 teams in the country. Y'all are insane if you don't think so.
if you
I don't
watch,
think. Here's the thing. Notre Dame hasn't played anyone tough since then, and also I don't think those 2 teams are that good compared to the elite teams.
You don't think Texas A&M's good?
No, dude, they beat up on the bottom half of the freaking SEC, and then when they played a Texas team, and I know it's rivalry week, but still, Texas isn't anything all that great this season compared to the elite teams.
talk about who everybody
Play
else
Ohio
lost
State
to.
for the best game anybody else has.
Who did everybody else lose to?
I mean,
Because their losses are bad. Alabama, they
So I'm
lost.
playing-
Florida State.
I would say that Ohio State game, them not scoring more than 14, was more on Ohio State and their freshman quarterback making his first start.
Miami lost at home to a Louisville team that was unranked, and then went on the road and lost to an unranked SMU team.
So I'm saying they're not that good.
They're not.
Yeah,
But Notre Dame
still couldn't beat them.
the first game of the season. Well, I would love
Just-
to see that rematch.
If you watch that,
That's what the
first
committee
game-
should do. The committee should leave both Notre Dame and Miami out and then force them to play in a bowl game.
Do you see what Clark Lee did to what he said?
What?
He said he's ready to play on Saturday. Whoever wants to play Miami.
Hey,
play
and I love
whoever.
that fucking guy. I've been screaming that for 2 damn weeks now. Why aren't we playing all this game this weekend on conference championship weekend? We'll start the playoff right now.
You know what? You know who was echoing what you've been saying, Crick, about that?
Who?
Joel Klatt came out on the Russillo podcast and was saying, "Why are we only playing championship weekends? Let's play some playing games."
Because he watches our show.
He goes, instead of letting the committee decide who gets in and whatnot, let the players decide on the field. Match up these teams that are borderline, and winner gets to move on.
God almighty.
Like if you're going to expand past 12 to like 16, then why don't you just expand and have play-in games, and the other teams get a couple weeks off? You know what I mean?
I agree. More good football, the better. And I don't know why it's so hard to figure this shit out. But we could have a lot of great games this weekend, and some of those teams wouldn't have don't say a word. You lose that game, shut the fuck up, go sit down and enjoy the Holiday Bowl. But
Well, one of the other problems too is the way that like they rank every week, and then they put themselves in these situations where, like when they had, you can't explain Bama jumping Notre Dame other than the fact that they wanted to protect Bama. That like if you're going to do
I don't
that,
think you can protect them.
if you're going to, if you're going to make that jump, you do it 3 weeks before when you've had Notre Dame sitting at 9 for 3 straight weeks. What did Bama do that last week to jump Notre Dame?
Yeah, you beat a 5-7 Auburn team by a touchdown. You had
So
to go
I was
for a
telling
fourth-
Will,
you had to
that's
go
the
for
story
fourth and
for
goal.
me.
4th and goal late in the game. You had to go for it to win that game by a touchdown. Yes, I know it's a rivalry game, but that's not a good Auburn team. That offense has been absolutely anemic all fucking year long. And why is the gap so big between Vanderbilt and Oklahoma? Why is there? What has Oklahoma done to tell you they're so much better than Vanderbilt? They deserve to be 6 spots ahead of them because they went to Alabama and won 1 game. You also got beat by 3 touchdowns by Texas.
Like we've been saying in Vegas.
I think the problem was the committee should have had Alabama ahead of Notre Dame this whole time, and they screwed up.
And if you look, well, yeah, they always screwing up. And if you'll look at games against common opponents between Oklahoma and Vanderbilt, Vanderbilt's beating those teams worse too.
Hey, listen, if you are thinking that Georgia beats Alabama this weekend, don't bet Georgia. Bet Alabama to miss the playoffs.
Okay.
You could cash on your Notre Dame ticket, and then you could cash on. I'll owe you
I already
$9.
cashed out my Notre Dame.
Well, you can cash your 9 from me. We have our bet still.
That's true. I'm not going to cash. I'm good.
$9. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm rolling. I'm letting it ride, baby.
Throw it on the parlay.
Yeah, you can get 9-1 that Bama misses. So really, the only way Bama, and there's precedent for this. They did it last year. What was it with SMU and whoever? SMU lost, but they only lost by like 3, so they kept them in. So if you think Georgia's going to beat Alabama handily, you can get 9-1 instead of having to bet Georgia on the spread.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I think that. I'm just saying you can bet Bama to miss the playoffs right now.
That's a good bet. Good bet. Good morning, Rip. Good morning, Buku. Sales. Good morning, all y'all.
Hey,
Good morning,
but-
especially if there's some other upsets. I'm just saying, that's the sharper bet to make. If that's what
Man, it's just people talk about Notre Dame bias. SEC bias is real.
It's all
Dude,
real. They've all got
the
biases.
Notre Dame. I'm not saying that it's not, but the Notre Dame bias is fully heavy this year because there's a change. This is a perfect year to punish Notre Dame for not being in a conference.
They set it up to where it all will take care of itself for Notre Dame.
Yeah, but there's too many good 10-2 teams. Like I think Vandy should be in over Notre Dame. Vandy has a way
here's
better
the problem. BYU can get in if they beat Texas Tech. Okay, then they're in. Miami,
yeah, but then they also are out because
they've
only lost to the number 3 ranked team in the country twice. You know what I mean?
Well, that's their fault.
But it might be by combined 50 points. I don't give a shit.
I know, but what if they lose on a last second field goal to Texas Tech this weekend?
Well, you still got beat by 3 touchdowns in the other.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
And then Miami, you can't even win your own conference. You got a 7-4
game.
Exactly. So you could have controlled that there too. So
yeah, but here's the thing: Notre Dame could join the ACC, and they would solve all the problems by
winning
the ACC.
They don't have to. They don't have to do that. Why would they do
That's
that?
What I'm saying.
They've got to give up all their money. They got to give up.
This would be the year to punish them for not doing that.
In the world of college football, there's no reason for Notre Dame to give up their independence at all.
I'll tell you what. If they end up leaving Alabama out because Alabama loses to Georgia,
there's no way.
I'm telling you, we're only a couple years away from the Big Ten and the SEC saying goodbye, NCAA. We're going to go create our own thing.
They'd have to get, like you said, it'd have to be a blowout. Like it'd have to be embarrassing.
Yeah, to justify it.
Alabama,
but like
this game, they're out.
You what?
I don't think a 3. I think if they lose by 3 or so, they're not out.
If Georgia was dominating and up by 10, and Alabama scored a touchdown late to get it to 3, then yeah, they're still out.
I don't think they are. And if they do that, then because who are you going to have jump on Miami?
Yeah, because they only got 2 losses.
So you're gonna the team that was the number one, the team that was the number 1 SEC team in the country or in the conference this year.
You lost to Florida State, who didn't make a bowl game.
I'm just saying
I don't want to fucking hear.
You only have 1 SEC loss. You have the best win in the country.
I can't look past the fact you lost to a team that's not even going to make a bowl game. I can't look past that. Sorry, there's no reason. Jam Miller, you should have beat that fucking team. And you got
Do you think Alabama's a top 10 team in the country?
No.
Today? You don't think they're a top 10 team in the country?
I don't.
So you think Miami's better than them?
No, I don't.
I think they're pretty close.
I think they're pretty even to be a good game.
I'm telling you, if they leave Alabama out, it's going to be
it ain't
SEC
happening.
and Big Ten are going to leave the NCAA.
They wouldn't have moved Bama in front of Notre Dame if they intended to let them be left out. They did that on purpose.
When they get thumped by Georgia this weekend, they'll be left out.
They have to get thumped. I think if they lose a close game, they're not going to get punished for that.
I don't think so either.
For one, I think they're getting thumped. But 2, I'm telling you, you lose that game, you're sorry.
Then go on Calsh and get your plus 900, man.
If you look at the data last year from conference championship games, teams that lost did drop 2 to 3 spots in the rankings last year.
You lost an extra game.
Yeah, but SMU lost last year and stayed in. They were right where Bama was at. They lost a 3-point game and stayed in.
But SMU only had 1 loss in that spot.
I know, but I think there's precedent with this committee showing that they're not going to punish you too hard for playing an extra game.
You got 3 losses. I don't care if you had to play the extra game or not. You got 3 losses, you should be out.
I think if you got 3 losses in the regular season, not including conference championships.
I think you should include the conference championship because that's your ticket. That's like you and one other team get an automatic bid.
You get an automatic bid for that spot, so it should also be an automatic exit.
I like that.
In that spot, it should be a de facto playoff game. Period.
We'll see what they do. I like what the Trench Report added this week. They added the top offensive line improvements and then like offensive line declines. So they kind of show you which teams improved. Like look at Bengals improved their numbers this week. Kansas City, especially Kansas City is number 1 because their left tackle has to have like wrist surgery or something. So he's on IR. They got defensive line improvements and declines, which is pretty cool to see. But we have the Cowboys game tonight. Slight edge to Detroit in the trenches, but nothing really huge here. Of course, Cowboys shockingly, actually, the Cowboys have a good. They match up well on the run game in this one, but obviously so does Detroit. Both teams' pass protection are kind of weak in the numbers, so that's interesting. But if you look on the trench report this week, the biggest mismatches, and this hasn't been really great against the spread steps. It's kind of it's kind of a coin toss, but just straight up money line. And a lot of these you'd be like, yeah, of course, like the Broncos, of course, number one, yeah, of course they're going to beat the Raiders. But this has been really good. If you find a team that's an underdog on here, they win at like a 75% rate outright in this one.
Well, let's look at it.
Okay, so you got the Broncos number one, of course. You got the Rams over the Cardinals, of course. This is the second biggest mismatch. The Bills over the Bengals. This is keeping me off the Bengals. I wanted to take the Bengals. I wanted to take the Bengals money line. But seeing this plus knowing like, okay, I think we're just getting too excited that Burrow's back. Maybe I need to pump the brakes. I'm not saying I'm going to bet the Bills in this one, but this will keep me off Cincinnati, at least sprinkling some on the money line. The Eagles against the Chargers have a pretty significant advantage, and it makes sense too, especially with the uncertainty of whether Herbert's going to play or not, or if he does play, how compromised is he? And then look at this. Here's the dog. The Steelers over the Ravens.
The problem with the Steelers is the rah-rah Tomlin. Like at this point, it like every game they play is a rah-rah Tomlin spot, and it's just like
it just feels because of this rivalry. It feels like this is one of those ones that Tomlin does actually, and how bad they looked last week. They looked good for a half, and then they just got punched in the mouth in the second half. This feels like a gross, ugly Steelers Baltimore game that the Steelers find a way to win.
I probably agree with you there, especially like Baltimore hasn't been good either. So
yeah,
I mean they have had flashes where they've had.
I'm just saying, I was already looking at Pittsburgh at the +6, and I already bet that, and I was already eyeing the money line on them, and this makes me like it even more that it's showing up on this report. That's all I'm saying on that. Other close matchups: Texans Chiefs. Close matchup there. Seahawks, Atlanta. My best bet of the week was taking Atlanta +8. They're down to 7 now. I got them earlier in the week. And then the Colts and Jags. Very close matchup in the trenches. So keep an eye on those ones. This one, I really like Atlanta because everyone's picking the Seahawks.
It's not a bad bet. I like the under in the Colts Jags division matchup.
Mm-hmm. And then top running mismatches this week. If you follow this and just bet the running back over their yards, you're doing pretty good this season. Even the backup running backs in some of these teams do well in this too. Bills number 1 running mismatch this week. Rams number 2. Lions number 3. So if you're looking at the Lions tonight, maybe bet some of the. This is another reason why I should probably just stay away from Goff tonight, because Montgomery and Gibbs should have a good day. Broncos over the Raiders, and then the Jags have a running mismatch against the Colts defense.
I have a question for you. So how much impact do you think, like, let's say you're the type of bettor who would just look at this and be like, okay, Buffalo's number 1 rushing against the Bengals, who's an awful run defense, right? Now that Burrow's back for the Bengals, how much of pre-Burrow statistics can we even factor in? Because obviously the offense didn't run they didn't have control of the clock. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't in game. Like it's just the whole game was a different game, or was it? Like I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I don't know any of the numbers or any of the data. I'm just thinking off the top of my head.
The data they put into this, they use 3 different metrics and they combine them together. One of them or 2 of them. Like one of them is PFF and another one, I can't remember what the other one is, but they both factor in. So like if you have a top offensive lineman that's out, it's going to adjust that because you're going to get the backup lineman's PFF grade added into there. So like when Burrow comes back, it's going to adjust accordingly. And it's been doing, I mean, if you've just been blindly following this season, you've been cashing money hand over fist. It's helped me out in a lot of
thinking like props. The Bengals have played probably from behind a lot. They probably a lot of teams have rushed the ball against them late in games,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I do like that they added the offensive lineman improvement, but it compares. So this just looks at, so it doesn't look at quarterback. It doesn't look at wide receiver. It looks at just the trenches, just the big boys.
I think I'm just scared of the Bengals right now, just because they won last week with Burrow.
I know. I think it's more overhyping, but it takes the sum of the offensive line points, the pass block and run block, against the sum of the defensive points, pass rush defense, in a true mathematical matchup. So then they take PFF plus the win rate plus next gen stats, combine them all, and then divide them by 3, and that's how you get these numbers in here. That's how, and then you start matching them up, comparing. So it compares Atlanta's pass protection versus the Seahawks pass rush. Anywho, we have a game tonight. Cowboys Lions. Lions 3-point home favorites, sharp money on the Cowboys. The Lions did snap their ATS streak of coming off a loss, but it's still been a while since the Lions have lost back-to-back outright. That's what kind of makes me nervous about liking the Cowboys tonight. On top of 78% of the bets, 84% of the money is on the Cowboys +3.
Dude. I know.
What?
I'm taking the Lions.
Cowboys +140 on the money line, 44% of the bets, 68% of the money is on the Cowboys money line. That's some big money bets. But it is also
everything's fishy.
I'm gonna take a Jake Ferguson tutty parlay with the Lions.
I think that's your problem. Was right what you said there, Will. It's like the sharp money gets mixed with the public money when the Cowboys play.
Some guy said, "How the fuck is it week 14 already?" I know. C. Wright says, "Earn the right to play an extra game in the toughest conference. Go look at the recruiting rankings, littered with SEC teams, ridiculously so." That's what I think too. I mean, I don't know how you can punish the number 2 SEC team especially when there's other SEC teams that are going to get in over them.
They're not the true number 2 team though.
Well, there's a true number 1 based off record.
The tiebreakers and all the different shit and stuff like that. It's not the true number 2 team.
They're the number 1 team with the tiebreakers.
With the tiebreakers, they all have identical records. They're all tied.
Yeah, they're 8-1 in the SEC
for first place. Yeah, you got lost to a 5-7 Florida State team.
Okay,
fuck that team. They're out. Georgia's beating them this week. They're out.
Well, we'll see. Cooked up a TD lay. That's right. Backup tight end for Lions might get a TD. I mean, Dallas is not good at covering the.
Is that Brock Wright?
I will tell you this. I was looking at taking Jake Ferg for the Cowboys to score a TD. I would stay away from that. The Lions play a lot of man coverage and are really good at covering the tight ends. They're like one of the top teams at like tight ends not getting many targets against them. And I think tight ends only have 2 touchdowns all season against the Lions defense. From the stats I looked at yesterday.
Touchdown.
So they're due.
So you can either look at it that way, or you could just say, screw it. They're going to play man coverage on CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. I'm going to just bet those guys to score. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I would feel much better taking CeeDee Lamb one-on-one. You know what I mean?
I think I'm going to take Kevontae Turpin, first touchdown score, 35-1.
There you go.
That's sneaky. That guy can get behind the defense, man. He's broke a couple last couple weeks, just can't stretch out to the end zone. He's about due for one of those.
I had a $21 free play over on Bet Online, and right before we started the show, I placed this. I got Cowboys money line with David Montgomery 2+ touchdowns, CeeDee Lamb 2+ touchdowns.
Probably I got one for you.
It'll win you $1,500.
This is an easy +725.
Ooh, I like it.
Dak Prescott anytime touchdown.
I hate that.
That boy can scoot.
Even if it's like, they do their little tush push stuff too.
Yeah. Well, even not. They're going to be running a lot of man coverage and whatnot, which means, if Dak doesn't like what those guys are doing, they just
does anybody else
8-yard line?
Does anybody else get as terrified as I do every time they see Dak take off out of the pocket? I just can't get past his leg snapping a few years ago, man. I think that's going to happen every time that guy goes running.
Dude, I don't know how his helmet stays on with how much he sweats.
Right.
Every time he takes his helmet off, it's like he just got out of the shower.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Hey, you can take Jake Ferguson anytime touchdown. Lions -3 get you +445.
I was looking at that yesterday. I'm telling you, the numbers tell me that Jake Ferguson is probably not a good play. Okay.
He's due for a touchdown. God almighty, he's so due.
You know what? Just in case, I should probably look real quick. I should probably look at Jake Berg.
Is Amon-Ra playing?
No, he's out.
Hey, Tesla, you could look at Isaac Tesla tonight. Have a pretty good game with Amon-Ra being out. Is that the
Berg is 7% on Calci for first touchdown.
Nice. Is Tesla considered a tight end or receiver?
I was just thinking about him scoring.
I wouldn't do it.
I don't hate that.
I like Dak, the value on Dak better, but you can still get Tesla at like
parlay him, bro,
plus 200.
This is funny.
Every time, dude. Dude, I bet he does that, like getting out at the grocery store and everything, like all the real life shit he's got to go pay the power bill and stuff. He's just like, here we go.
When he starts up his car to head to the stadium, here we go.
What's the total in this game?
And at a red light, it changes.
Is it still high?
You think it? Yeah, it's 54.
Probably the highest one of the year.
I kind of like the under.
He's a wide receiver.
Well, kind of. I'm lying. I like it.
I do.
If you like the under, I think you should rather look at the Lions team total under.
Yeah, I like the under now that Amon-Ra's not playing, and
they only have Jameson Williams to throw to.
I tell y'all, I know all y'all are seeing Amon-Ra out, and everybody's going to want to pile on Jameson Williams and stuff. I want you to know we got our Jameson Williams game last Thursday.
Yeah, we did.
Y'all better be real careful going crazy on Jameson Williams and all that stuff because that fool was liable to not even have a catch tonight.
Redemption parlay. Who it was? Ryson.
Here you go, right here.
And Williams.
Yep, some guy from Maine knows.
Yeah,
he knows how this shit works, man. I'm telling you, I've seen these movies.
Look at all these guys that are out. So you have Laporta. So Brock Wright's out tonight as well.
I was going to say, who's the tight end for this? Is it Ferkser?
Ross Dwelly.
I didn't even know Anthony Ferkser was still in the football.
They don't even have Ross Dwelly listed on here.
Maybe he's not playing. Oh, I got him listed. What are you looking for?
Okay. I was looking over on Calci because Brock Wright
4-1 for any time, 25-1 for first touchdown.
Yeah, but look at who he's throwing to. He's got Jameson Williams, and then he's got Isaac Tesla, like you said, some guy named Tom Kennedy and Dominic Lovett.
God, that's gross. That's right, Caterpillar. That is a football player, man. I just don't think they use him right in the offense. And every time I want to pile on that guy's overs, he literally has 0 catches. He'll have like 1 target in the game.
We're about to find out tonight if Dallas is. I mean, since they made that trade, they've been one of the best run stopping teams.
Yeah,
with Quinnen Williams and whatnot, and the linebacker. And I mean, Overshawn coming back has been huge. He's been injured all season, so that's been huge for that team. But we're about to see if they really are good at stopping the run, because not only are the Lions a good running team, obviously, but that's really what they kind of lean on tonight at home, because they really are kind of hurt everywhere else. They don't even have a Laporta, dude. Like, Sun God being out, yeah, you can get by with all your other pieces, but Sun God and Laporta being out.
There's a lot of guys banged up on that team, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Is that Q tags on? Hell, they got Q tags on half the offensive line.
Yeah.
Hell. Jesus.
They have one guy that doesn't have a Q tag. That's a right guard.
Golly, dude. So why are they still favored, though?
I think a lot of it has to do with the Lions after a loss.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys metrics this season and whatnot.
The Dan Campbell stats.
Yeah.
Oh, B-Mac sent a winner over. You know, plus 10K last night?
Let me look. Tyler Guyton being out for the Cowboys is actually a positive. That guy sucks.
Man, I'll tell you what. For a dude with all that talent, he does suck.
B-Mac sent me one. What is it? Oh, God. George Pickens, anytime TD, under 55.5. Cowboys plus 6.5. Turpin, 2 catches. Gibbs, 25 receiving yards. Jameson Williams, 70 receiving yards. Goff, 250 passing. Dak, 2+ passing touchdowns. And you got a lot of yardage here for a total that's going to go under.
That's exciting. I mean, if that goes over, I like B-Mac's parlay right there, man.
And Jameson Williams, good luck with that one, B-Mac.
That's what'll probably happen. He'll wind up getting his touchdown right at the end, B-Mac, but he's going to have 68 yards receiving or something.
Yeah. But I mean, at 100 to 1 odds, why not?
Good luck, sir. Good luck. Bring that thing home. We're pulling for you, sir.
Shout out to B-Mac, by the way. Dude's been crushing it. You know, he got a new place a little while ago, and now he's just been grinding, not only winning bets, but grinding at work and whatnot. B-Mac's about to get a new vehicle this weekend, so congratulations to him.
Let's go, baby. B-Mac been crushing it, bro. Out there working hard in that big brown truck. We love it, man. Good for you, B-Mac.
I think this is the last time you're going to get the Cowboys at a good number. I think you're right, too. Listen, if the Cowboys win, I said this, if you like the Cowboys, go place those future bets that I make. Dak MVP and Cowboys to win the division. If the Cowboys win this game, they have a good shot of winning out. So if they win tonight, the remaining schedules: home Vikings, home Chargers, at Commanders, at Giants.
Is the defense real? Like the improvement?
We're going to find out tonight.
I think we questioned it last week. It did get a little bit better. It's getting better, and I think that whoever just made that comment, you said, I think they're correct. I think the books are a little bit behind that, maybe a little bit on that adjustment, but we'll see. It's coming.
Yeah. Big brown truck, UPS. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, Steps, what do you think about? You probably didn't notice, even though I sent you guys an email. You don't ever look at the locals page anymore. But I sent out some future bets yesterday. What do you think about this? Dak. I bet Dak MVP, a long outside shot to win the MVP. Got him at 4%, which is 25 to 1. I don't need him to actually win it. I just need him to win tonight and maybe another game, and he's going to go up.
Oh, to cash out.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I've advocated for Dak as a regular season quarterback, that no one understands the guy sucks in the playoffs, but when it comes down to the regular season, he's been Pat Mahomes. Like, they have career stats have matched each other in regular season play, back and play. So that's not a bad bet.
Yeah, I mean, at 25 plus, you got like the guys ahead of him. We've seen too that the market is, what have you done for me lately? I mean, look at Stafford loses a game and he still only has 4 interceptions on the season, and yet he dropped in odds. Drake May's on a bye this week, but then May has to play against Buffalo and the Ravens the next 2 weeks. He slips up any spot there, he's going to fall. Look at Dak is second in yards this year. Probably going to be, if after this week or after tonight, he'll probably be first because Drake May has played one more game than him. He's tied in second with touchdown passes, and he's got 8 interceptions, which isn't good. But still, I mean, leading yards, almost going to be leading in yards and second in TD passes, and a QBR of, he's number 1 with QBR. What are we doing?
I'm looking at something. Just you keep going. I'm listening to you.
All right. And then Steps Cowboys to win the division. Basically, if they win out, they got a good shot at winning the division. And if they win out, if they win tonight, they have a great shot at winning out. You can get them at 17 cents. So you're looking at almost plus 500.
It's tough to this is where my mind gets mixed up, because it's tough to think. It's not tough for you, but it's tough for me to think past, do I bet them all these bets that you're making, or do I bet them just to win the game tonight? You know what I'm saying? Because you have, like,
you can do both. I
know, but you're lining it up on Kalshi because you can cash out, and you know what I'm saying? It's like a different style of bet. And I think that's where, I always talk about my brain getting tangled up between the two, and it's just easier to pick a side in this game. That's where my roadblock is with Kalshi.
I think at least on Kalshi, you should go snag a little bit of Dak Prescott to win the MVP.
Like, if they win tonight, like, let's say you put in them to win the division, and they win tonight. how much odds will and you cash out tomorrow? Like, how much would you think you make?
They'll be one game behind Philadelphia at that point. I would say they go from 17% to at least 25 or more.
So could you make more money cashing out that bet or just betting on the game?
You'd make more money on the game tonight because of their underdog, so you would make more. Yeah, but I mean, they win tonight, and I don't think the Eagles lose on Monday Night Football, but it is only a 3-point spread, so it's like if the Eagles lose on Monday Night Football, then your division bet goes like closer to 50-50.
I guess that's why I was trying to explain my hang up. It's hard to process all that information in your mind.
Morning, Ghost. Yeah, I love doing this shit where you like try to project the future and see where the market's off, and like doesn't mean it's always going to win, but if it plays out this way or somewhat along this path, then this thing should skyrocket.
I mean, you did it on the Notre Dame playoff bet.
That's why I cashed out, because it doubled overnight. I was like, well, okay, I'm not going to get greedy. I'm going to get out of here. And that was because I saw the betting market. Like, that was crazy with Notre Dame. They were minus 3,000 to make the playoffs heading into last weekend, and they won their game, and the odds crashed to minus like 500. But Kalshi hadn't moved yet, and I go, well, the betting market knows something. Kalshi hasn't picked up on it yet. I'm going to just snag a little piece here. It doubled, and I got out. You know?
Do you ever cover that lawsuit Kalshi thing?
No, yeah, I got to dive into it a little bit more. The state of Connecticut's hopped on board with it. I think personally, without really doing a deep dive yet, this has already been litigated. They've already won this lawsuit. We'll just have to see what evidence that they actually have of the claims that the plaintiffs are bringing. But it's something that I'm waiting to hear. I'm guessing Barnes will probably cover it on Sunday, on the Sunday show, because he always talks about Kalshi, and that's an interesting lawsuit. See if there's any merit to it. But I'd love to have him on sometime this next month or so, maybe over the holidays, if we can get him on to actually hear his side of things.
Were they just saying like Kalshi it wasn't really peer-to-peer, and they were like manipulating like the money on the back end or something?
They're saying that one, they're deceiving people, thinking that they are betting peer-to-peer when actually you're betting against Kalshi. Kalshi is actually placing those bets like a sportsbook would.
Okay.
Which at the same time, I don't think they're deceiving people, because people are still choosing to place those bets, whether it's peer-to-peer or not. They're buying into the market when they want to buy the market. I also think Kalshi. So like when you have,
why does that matter?
Because you don't have it technically. You're a sportsbook at that point.
It's illegal.
And you don't have a gaming license.
The licensing shit. Okay.
Yeah, but even then, they could still argue, which I think they will. This still isn't gambling. This is, which the lawsuit they already won. This is prediction, and you're still predicting that these, like if you do a 3-leg parlay, you're still predicting that that's going to happen. It's still prediction.
They got a bunch of fancy fucking words all for the same damn thing. It's all the same shit. If you're sports betting, you're doing predictive markets too. You're predicting
more or less
the game. It's all the same shit with fancy
no over
words.
Under.
All this shit. You're predicting what's going to happen in a game if you're betting on it. It's all the same shit, man.
No, I'm saying I agree with that, but the way that they've been able to be alive in all 50 states is that they're a prediction.
They say they're not, but that's the thing. Yeah. Is like, if I'm placing bets, I don't give a shit who pays me out. I don't really care who gets the money when I lose. I know it ain't me.
Yeah, I also think that Kalshi is getting so big that, like, you know, these states that in the government going after them, I think is Kalshi's going to have all the resources to fight this, because they're starting to get some big partners. I mean, they just partnered with CNN. You know what I mean? Like it's like both sides of the aisle that they're partnering with a lot of these companies.
This lawsuit shows me is that the sports books are scared to death.
Yeah, and they should be, because Kalshi is actually giving you fairer odds. Like,
that's the thing. It's like, they want to sit and call people out for doing something illegal or whatever when they've been fucking people's eyes out for generations.
Yeah, because that Dak Prescott bet that I got him at 4%, which is like plus 20. Well, technically plus 24 or 24 to 1. I went and looked at BetOnline. BetOnline had Dak plus 1,100, so I got over double better odds on there.
That's why
Kirk, I think you're right. they're mad because they're not getting a piece of that pie.
They're scared to
Mhm.
death, dude. They know it's going to lick hard into their shit, man. They know they're going to take a big hit from this stuff, and the more people do it, the hit will continue to grow.
Because they're going to either have to change their ways and like produce their own version of what, but Kalshi might have some type of patent to it to where they get a royalty. I don't know how it's set up.
If the sports book started giving fair odds like Kalshi does, if they started doing that, they wouldn't have as much to worry about, but they know they can't continue to fuck you if you've got better options out there.
Well, I'm saying like they're going to have to, if Kalshi's able to stay the way they are in all 50 whatever states they're in, then you have to think that these books like DraftKings and stuff that can't get into the markets of, for example, Georgia. I can't get on DraftKings or FanDuel or what is the Caesars or any of these books. But but I can
Which
do
is also
Kalshi.
stupid.
I can do Kalshi. So like if
a lot of people are like that, man. There's a lot of people.
But do you see like, I mean, Prize Picks obviously now they've added game, there's totals and there's lines on Prize Picks now. So like you can bet that. You can't just bet a straight. I think it still has to be parlayed. But do you see like the bet onlines and the DraftKings coming up with their own version of Kalshi so they can extend into those states with their brand?
Yeah, that's all thanks to Kalshi, because Kalshi won that lawsuit of prediction. That's how these like Prize Picks and all them are able to do what they're doing, because like, this is just predictions and whatnot. Yeah,
everybody's got good lawyers that can bend the fine print and all that shit.
Yeah,
this is actual footage from the playoff committee on Sunday morning after Alabama loses. This boots on the ground for the playoff committee on Sunday morning, man. Shoop. See ya. No, Tennessee ain't getting in. We ain't doing that, but just throwing Alabama out the window, man.
You think getting that guy?
Huh? Yeah, we got that guy, man. We had a pretty good day on the recruiting trail yesterday, man. I ain't worried about Tennessee. We had a lot of young dudes. We had like 54 freshmen on that roster this year.
Notre Dame finished second in the class.
It wasn't. I don't believe it was that damn many, but it's a lot of freshmen. And y'all, Notre Dame's just fine, dude. Notre Dame's just
4 or 5 stars. That's unheard of.
Did you see like USC got like 35 freshmen? What are you going to do with 35 players?
Dude,
keep losing.
I know. In the transfer portal era, that's why I was thinking yesterday, like, I mean, the recruiting is important still. You still want to build around that, but you're getting the guys who are winning are coming out of the portal, like the quarterbacks.
It's because a lot of those guys you're getting, man, it's hard to step up in levels, like going from high school to college or college to NFL. It's hard to do that and adjust immediately. And you're seeing a lot of these guys in the transfer portal that went to their first spot. It didn't work out, but they still got that experience in there. They learned what it was like to play big time college football and get used to that kind of schedule and the regiment that goes into all that stuff. And then they go to a new spot and they've already got that stuff under their belt and they've already learned a lot. And that's why you see some of those guys being successful.
Where receivers run faster, running backs run harder. They make better. The skill players are better at these bigger schools. That's why you
see a team like Clemson that's been a national brand for the better part of 2 decades now
fall off.
And you see that because Dabo don't want to dip in that transfer portal, and that puts you at a huge disadvantage if you're not using that tool, dude.
Look at Indiana.
That's what I'm saying. Kurt Cignetti right there is all you need to see, man. What that man's been able to do at Indiana, using that portal the right way, instilling his culture into that university. I'm telling you, man, that guy ought to be a model for everybody going to a new job, maybe even a school that you didn't think was a traditional power, you didn't think you could win at or whatever. Kurt Cignetti is showing you that you can.
Yeah.
Let's see. Key Sandwich says, I'm from Michigan. Detroit is my team. I bet $1 on the other team in games like this. If they lose, I feel bad, but I make $1. If they win, I get to celebrate and only lose $1. That's right, baby. Hey, I don't hate that, man. I don't hate that.
I know. Sometimes the dollar bets are good, just like Will and I. He bet the Notre Dame not making the playoffs plus 900. And I was like, all right, let's do $1 versus $9 bet. I'll straight up we'll bet that. He was like, you mean 1090 or he tried to up it. I'm like, no. Sometimes it just needs to be just $1 bet. Sometimes that's all you need.
Sometimes it can just be $1. That's
all
fair.
you need.
Skin in the game. You gonna join us for Kirk's Corner this morning, man?
Yeah, I'll be able to. I'll hop out and then hop back in probably a little bit once you guys get going.
That's fair, sir. That's fair. Yeah, we'll get rolling here in a little bit. We got a bunch of NHL to talk about today. We're gonna look at some college basketball. You've been crushing that. We had a pretty good night last night in college basketball, man. See if we can't keep
Yes.
that thing rolling along.
I did like an NBA play. Will kind of jumped past NBA onto something else, but since he's not here, we can fill some time with. I like the Golden State tonight on a system play for Bet Labs. It is just them coming off of a loss against the spread on the road. They cover 70% of the time.
Okay, fair enough.
And that it's already gone from 4.5 down to 3.5. But you know how the NBA is. Somebody might not play, and then we've got a totally different game.
Yeah, we'll look at all that next hour too, over on Crick's Corner on the Sports Picks channel, man. We'll check all that stuff out because I do want to look at some of those line movements, see where the money's moving a little bit, dude. We actually, like I said, we won both our NBA picks last night too. So we'll try to keep it rolling in basketball. Usually we have a real good day in basketball. Usually the next day, not so much. So we need to find some winners today, man.
We do have a conference championship, I think, tomorrow night.
We do.
Some guy on YouTube commented on one of the shorts I did about us talking about Alabama and whatnot. And he said, yeah, this would be a good take if Georgia was good. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? Because I think we're talking about
win ugly.
Some people,
yeah, they do win ugly, but like if I know Georgia's not the Georgia team that we've seen last 5 years, but to say that Georgia's not good is insane. I think we were talking about Alabama has like one of the best wins in the country. And they're like, yeah, this would be a good take if Georgia was good. I'm like, okay.
I think they're sneaky good because they're good, but they're not what everyone expects them to be, and they're winning in different ways this year. But I think you got to give a lot of credit to their offensive coordinator that everybody likes to bash. Like every quarterback that he's had, he's developed, and he's got Gunner playing well. So
y'all gonna see.
Dude, I already bet Georgia, so I mean, I'm Georgia fan this weekend.
Is that the night game?
I might have to get a Texas
Tech
Tech shirt.
4:30. It's usually an afternoon game.
Oh, the night game's the Ohio State game.
Yeah, and there's another one too. Virginia and Duke is at night too.
Well, boys, thank you for joining me, but the snow's starting to fall down, so I got to get going.
All right. Well, I need a couple minutes, man, but we'll get Crick's Corner started up in just a few minutes. Come over and grass guy and steps.
Get over there.
So usually I give you guys more time, but I went to go warm up the car and I'm like, shit, snow's coming down.
I'm going to explain all about Kennesaw State today on Crick's Corner and why they're going to win their conference championship.
Yeah.
Fair enough, man. I'm down with it. I'm good with it. Will, be safe in that snow, man.
Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you
tomorrow. You want to start at 8 or do you want to start at a normal time? I'll text you. We'll talk about it.
Text me. Yeah. Yep. Sounds good. Chat, be good. Good luck to y'all today, man.
Later.
Is Jeep still rolling in the snow or what are we doing?
Yep, Jeep's still going strong until tomorrow. I just put new tires on the Lincoln. I've been waiting to do that, and I had to get new tires on, and now I'm going to change the front brakes, and then I'll be driving the Lincoln. But yeah, I've been using Jeep, still going strong. 208,000 miles.
Jeez, it's a white Liberty, right?
07.
I think I saw one for sale the other day, and I thought of you, and that's what made me ask that.
Dude, I see a bunch of them on the road still, like the same kind of year that mine is, and like some, like you said, for sale. And I'm like, yeah, they just keep going.
But is a Jeep Liberty driver the same as like the Wrangler driver? Are you still in the same club? Do you still throw the sign out? Do you collect the ducks, or is Jeep Wrangler like separate from all the other Jeep cars?
Jeep Wrangler is a good off-roader, but like if you're talking about your average like
club,
the club? No one, old women and like nurses drive a Jeep Liberty. That's what I got made fun of my
Jeep thing.
It ain't a Jeep thing. No one's proud to have a Jeep Liberty. I am because
they are interesting looking. They are,
but I'll tell you what, they turn on a dime because they're so compact and the steering wheel, they turn on a dime. They're great in snow or any weather stuff because they got 4-wheel drive. It's a good, reliable car, and it was given to me brand new for free. So, and I still have it.
You can't beat that.
That's closing line value right there.
Hell yeah, it is. That was a good bet, good investment.
All right, everyone. Hey, Bubba. All right, everyone, get over to Crick's Corner. We're gonna end things here. I got to hit the road, and now I got this guy up, so that's gonna take me another minute. Y'all be good. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Might be at 8 a.m. Might be at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. I don't know. We'll find out. You'll have to tune in and check out. But good luck cashing on your bets today. Hope you guys win on the Thursday night football. But until then,
good luck.
Good gambling.
And game on.